All right, so since my last video, oops, I've been missing some of my videos that I usually make. Pretty sure I missed last financial Friday, last run day Sunday, Monday, Wednesday. Anyways, I missed about another week's worth of videos. The good news is I have been tutoring. It's been building up more and more to the point where I'm getting a little worried that I'm going to run out of time. I would like to give all my students, the attention, the time that they deserve. That's the whole point of tutoring, helping people out. But it's a great problem to have. Anyways, this will tie into that. So this is for Run Day Sunday. I know it's pretty late. It's going to come out closer to midnight than I would like. But this is a topic I've been thinking about a lot lately. And, I think it's worth talking about. So in 2020, I set out to run 2020 miles, and I felt so inspired the whole year, especially near the end where I was really putting in a lot of miles, and it was such a cool experience. Yeah, last year was really special for me when it came to running. This year, I felt inspired setting out. I gave myself about a month worth of break, and I then, set out to find some different training programs than I had done in the past. I varied up my training. I was learning more about how to train properly. I set up a half marathon training program for myself. I ran, I broke my half marathon record for myself twice this year. And not that, I'm a professional runner or anywhere close to being an amazing half marathoner or marathoner, but, I finally got to an hour 45 and then even slightly under that. I think, but I don't actually remember what my final time is. I think it's an hour 44 and like 38 seconds. Anyways, that was great. And then, I of course still wanted to follow up with last year and get in 2021 miles. I figured I did 2020 last year. 2021 couldn't be that much harder. And physically, it's not. But mentally and time-wise, it is. So I'm actually making this video to reflect on the fact that I very well may not make my mileage goal for this year. I'm happy that I improved on my half marathon times, that I tried out some different training plans that helped, it helped me learn more about how to train and how to manage injury and fatigue and improve on sprinting while still getting in mileage. But there's been a while now where I felt not inspired to run. It's been kind of a bummer, to be honest. But, what I want to say is that, what do you do when you don't feel inspired anymore? What do you do when you fall out of love with this thing that you were so in love with? You feel apathetic, you feel frustrated, you've lost interest. Motivation isn't there. So a few things. One is that you take a step back, right? Sometimes I would just take a break, and when I come back, a lot of times I am happier. The running, it's more fun, it's a little more fresh. It's a little less like work. You never want to feel something that you love to feel like a chore. The other thing is I used to play other sports too, and I haven't really been doing that much ever since the pandemic hit. I played badminton for half my life. Actually, more than half my life now. I started at the age of 14. I'm 30 right now, so 16 years of badminton. Not, all the time, I guess. Not every single year, but most years I've been playing badminton. I used to rock climb a bit more, I used to bike everywhere. And so recently, during these times when I've been really struggling motivationally, I've been starting to take some walks. I've started, I pumped up my bike the other day, biked around a bit, and I forgot how fun it is. You know, you're just biking around. You take the downhills fast and you let that wind blow in your face, and it's so fun to just, you know, you work your way up that hill, and when you're coming downhill, you don't have to do anything, and you're going down like 20, I don't know, maybe 30 miles an hour, and the wind is blowing in your face, and it is, you feel that speed through your veins. You don't really, but you know what I mean. If you've ever experienced it, it courses through your body. I haven't gone back to badminton yet. That I'm also feeling a bit on the fence about, just like running. I have started climbing a little bit more recently, and that's been brutal actually for my arms. My arms are still sore. I went climbing on Thursday, maybe? I don't remember now, but I can still feel it. It's Sunday, so it's been at least 3 days, and I still feel it in my arms. I'm weak, but I loved it. So what I'm saying is, when you find yourself out of love, out of joy with something, take a step back, maybe channel that into something else, some activity you haven't done in a while. Thinking about if I'm going back to badminton. I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I may have fallen out of love with badminton too. I've been really thinking about that a lot during the pandemic. But the point is, you know, if I feel that need to step back, I'm going to take that step back. So main thing is take a break, go check out the variety, and then come back to it. Again, other thing about, you know, this break has also been, or at least lately, has been just keeping busy with tutoring, not finding as much time. And I have stopped doing, I didn't even make the videos for these yet, but I have stopped doing Step Bet and Kado. I still like them, but right now for me, they're not a good idea. I don't have the time to gamble money on my running. If you have the discipline, if you have the time, maybe it's a good idea for you. It was a good idea for me, but it would have been amazing last year, and now that I have a busy schedule again, not for me. I'm losing money, so dropping out. Sorry, just needed a moment. I will say though, going as we transition into fall, sometimes it is a little surprising, or at least sometimes I find myself surprised even after all these years. Colder weather is easier to run in. And the reason I say that is when it's too hot, and especially when it's too humid, it's hard to dissipate the heat, right? So I am looking forward to this fall and this winter. This last week has been cooler weather. And, you know, sometimes, you know, when it's too cold, or at least you think it's too cold, it could be hard to mentally start a run, right? You're like, it's cold, it's dark out there, I don't want to run. But I will say that once you do get going, and even in the beginning, it's going to suck. You're not going to want to run necessarily. If you get moving, you will soon find that the ideal temperature for running is lower than your body, you know, is wanting to tell you is ideal. So, you know, professionals, I believe, I was watching Eliud Kipchoge's attempt to break the 2-hour marathon. He had 2 attempts, successful the second time. But I remember in at least one of these videos, I believe the first one, they mentioned that the running temperatures that they were planning for were in the, I think 50, just straight up 50. I was going to say 50s, but I think it was just straight up 50 was ideal for him. And, you know, I'm not a professional runner, but I have realized that a lot of times when I'm running and it's, you know, in the 50s or 60s, when you first get out of your house, it's too cold. You know, you're like shivering, like whatever, choose this run. But soon enough, if you stick with it, you generate that heat, and it keeps generating, and you need it to dissipate to avoid overheating. And you know, you got to get below 70 if you want a good rate of dissipation, and you actually enter a fairly comfortable sort of equilibrium. You know, you manage a solid balance of temperature. Yeah, so don't be too afraid of the coolness this coming fall and winter. Even if it hits 40s, you know, I mean, you layer up a little bit as needed, but 50s, 60s, you know, shorts and t-shirt, it's going to be good. So get out there, embrace the slight discomfort as it first comes, or if you live in a colder climate, you know, maybe more extreme discomfort. But realize that after some time, you're going to get up to a certain level of heat generation, and it'll actually feel really nice. So I'm looking forward to that, hoping it will help be a bit of inspiration to getting back to running. Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to hit 2,021 miles right now. I think I'm about 300 miles behind with less time than I had last year. But this year, I'm not going to worry about making that goal as a hard rule. I would like to enjoy and improve, to embrace what I can get out of running. So I'm going to try to go into the end of this year with a positive mindset about running. And I guess the thing I'll leave you with today is have goals, but have a purpose to those goals too, right? If you're setting a goal to run this fast, that far, you know, these specific routines on these days, ask yourself why. What are you doing? Are you trying to improve? Are you trying to win a race? Are you trying to enjoy running? Because you want to make sure your goals line up with what you really want, the bigger picture, right? So go out and figure out what that is. Also, before I let you go, headlamps, as it gets darker earlier. Flashlights are also okay, but your phone flashlight, maybe not enough. So get a headlamp, get a flashlight. I know the headlamps may not be that comfortable at first, but they can be pretty bright, and once you get used to them, they're quite good. All right, it was good to see you guys again. Slightly different setup. As you can see, my mic, because it kept falling. And I will see you guys soon. Bye.